Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success...
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a...
What's-his-face and so-and-so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken, after all.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safely aboard.
Very glad indeed.
Not a moment longer than we have to, but we're at something of an impasse. The ship won't move.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
This is barbarous magic.
Expedient magic, actually. The ship is made of live wood. It has the spirit of an elven ancestor tree within it. It seems Dallas has found a way to bind that spirit to her. That means only she can control it. Unless we can find a way to break the bond.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy. This place is...
These Seekers have such a limited skill set.
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They kind of like to feel useful, don't they? Hopefully, you'll never have to find out.
A bitch. Hey, don't I know you? So, we've got quite the task on our hands, haven't we? I have to admit, the whole thing is very intriguing.
Can't you say anything else?
The old band back together again, hmm? Look at me. Hard. What do you see?
Losa leans back slightly, thin arms crossed in front of her chest, and stares at you defiantly from dark eye sockets, darker and deeper set than when you first met. She blows back a lock of white hair, matted with sweat and grime, and holds back a smile from the corners of her lips.
Seriously? Look at me. I look like lukewarm death. This isn't a joke anymore. You see that, don't you? Your god wants me dead. My god? Devil? Who knows? It wants me. It's getting stronger and I want to make sure you understand, well, the risks. I can hear its thoughts. It isn't out for blood. It's out for pain. I was wrong to think I could hold it off. I might hurt you. I might hurt anyone. Could you stop me? Really stop me, if it came to that? Promise? Well, all right.
She pinches your cheek, a spark.
I knew I could count on. Let's go, Chief. Pretty nice ship, eh? Captain Losa. Has a ring to it, doesn't it?
I ought to chain you up like you're not to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
A young magister paces around the bridge. She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw in a...
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot. So stow your questions. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. The magister's stare hardens.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are only half closed. His swollen jaw hangs open at an odd angle. His face contorts with agony and his eyes flutter, yet he doesn't return to consciousness. No matter how loud you shout your quest, someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly over his abdomen. They rise and fall in bruises swell beneath his eyes, and a shallow gash. You can't quite make out the details. You need to get...
Magister Ranley.
The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints order.
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd like this.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold, and the other one ain't in much of a talking mood. All right then, just... I'll keep an eye on the red until the cage is locked again.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. Get away from him, sorcerer. All right. Don't...
Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest. The gem sits heavily in your pouch. Bruises swell beneath his eyes, and someone has wiped the bishop's hands.
From the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley,
I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough!
We've braved the joy, and I lust for...
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any... The door seems like any door, at least at first. The wood groans and creaks. The face vanishes. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead towards you and waits. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe. All of a sudden, all anguish is gone.
No entry allowed through the starboard stateroom door. Please use the port side.
There's something to these doors I'm not seeing.
Hey! You're here! There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room. Maybe you can see...
I am summoned. Speak the password. You've summoned me with the gem, indeed. Now, the password. Yes, and yes again.
You saw what I could not. It seems Melody is quite right about you.
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap and turns his full attention to...
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? Armor? Such a limiting word, but Dallas has been keeping me prisoner here. But I try to keep working on my own projects when I can. Dallas didn't tell me anything if she could avoid it, but I did overhear her practicing an ancient lizard dialect. Significant, perhaps, don't you think? Lizards apparently have ancient magic that allows them to control slaves that bear their mark by singing a song. Dallas must have had an interest in those techniques. Dallas took a particular interest in me and my skills. I'm an expert in healing, crafting. She kept me here to do her bidding. Until you took her flagship from right under her. I've offered my services for gold in the past, yes. But my labor's for...
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath, the skin is withered and discolored, as if...
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and I've ruined them in the process. Well, the situation is looking immeasurably better now, so why don't you tell me all about my valiant rescuers? To whom do I owe my thanks? You undersell yourself. The roster of those who stood up, I ought to continue what I'm doing here. Unless there was anything else. Took it? No, no. As I said, the Magister's left me weakened. But this will help despite what she did to me. I can't help but admire the woman a little. She's unwavering. If you cross paths with her, be sure to break her. I doubt you'll get...
A pyramid? What on Rivellon is this for?
Only one way to find out. Try using it.
I've spotted something.
I'll yield to none.
Glory is mine. Guards or victims?
Both, I fear.
Junk. Another pyramid.
This is headquarters. You're home away from home and the center of your time here off the front line. If you're not out there in the field, this is your place to advance your career. So gear up, train hard, and get to know your fellow soldiers. We're well supplied, but you've got a lot to learn. Every man and woman on this beach knows this was just the first step in pushing back the Germans. We're counting on you to help us push through to the Rhine.
I'm Captain John P. Andrews, and I'm here to recruit you to the U.S. Army Infantry. As infantrymen, you will experience more.
Welcome to the Airborne. We are the most well-trained, physically fit, and battle-ready unit in the U.S. Army. Being a Sky Soldier requires peak physical fitness, mental and emotional toughness, and unhesitating courage.
Pay close attention. The sooner we get the introductions out of the way, the sooner we can get to blowing things.
Welcome, soldiers, to the Canadian Mountain Division, the most elite unit in the entire Allied Armed Forces.
Attention! Welcome to the Resistance. We do not have the luxury of time as our enemies are closing in, so I will be brief. We are the pioneers of a new expeditionary force, specializing in sabotage and covert operations. We operate by...
Welcome to the Airborne.
I'm Captain John P. Andrews.
Welcome, soldiers, to the...
Deathmatch. Time to show what you're made of, soldier. Mission begins now. Remember your training. Fire superiority! Lost the lead!
That's mine, Prime! On the balcony! On the balcony! I'm out of ammo! They're by the plane there! Grenade! Enemies down!
Recon airborne.
Dead Patrick from the farmhouse.
Recon airborne.
Movement in the trench! Enemy is down!
Enemy bomb incoming. Get to cover. Recon searching for targets. Dropping A's on bomb.